just between us.
Look at you, Pete.
Pete, that was awesome.
Just between friends, it was a pretty neat setting, I got to say, right there in the Rimrock Arena last night. About 10,000 Montanans there to hear the president. You know, you guys got your New York Times delivered there in Manhattan. I got my Billings Gazette this morning. No punches pulled, and I think that's pretty accurate. You know, he did have a teleprompter for his speech, although, as he always does, went off script and talked about a number of different topics. But as you said, we had a chance beforehand, with just about 10,000 friends watching, to ask the president a few unscripted questions. One of those was, of course, about that anonymous New York Times op-ed. And as you would imagine, the president did not pull any punches. This is what he said. Folks here may have seen an anonymous column written in the New York Times. And I think this audience would say that an attack on you is an attack on the people that voted for you. Yeah. Are you any closer to knowing who did it and what should be done if you find out who did it?
Well, number one, the Times should never have done that, because really what they've done is virtually, you know, it's treason. You can call it a lot of things. But to think that you have somebody in all of the cabinet, so many people, as you know, they came forward, they're writing editorials. They're all saying, you know, it's got to be at a fairly low level, because so many people today, I was just coming out, and I see all the people that are saying such great things. We have a lot of love in the administration. And the White House is truly, as you would say, a well-oiled machine. It is working so well. And, you know, we have, I heard you say yesterday, we have thousands of people that, in theory, could qualify. So they take one person out of thousands. But what's unfair, I don't mind when they write a book and they make lies, because it gets discredited. We just discredited the last one. We discredit all of them because it's lies. But I'll tell you, when somebody writes and you can't discredit because you have no idea who they are, usually you'll find out it's a background that was bad. It may not be a Republican. It may not be a conservative. It may be a deep state person that's been there a long time. You don't know where. It's a very unfair thing. But it's very unfair to our country and to the millions of people that voted really for us. They voted for us.
Certainly, guys, a crowd undeterred. They are a lot of support and love for this president, in a sense that he's under siege in the swamp, but in Billings, Montana, a lot of support, and obviously a key Senate race out here. We asked him about that, a number of other issues, as well as you know, across the board. And we'll bring it to you later on in the program.
But Pete, in terms of the president and being embraced, was the place packed? Did you sense the emotion there? Any letdown from some of the antics and some of the books about him?
No, I mean, the place was packed, and the sense was, I talked to a lot of people on the floor there, it often backfires when folks think that they're exposing this president. His supporters feel like he's even more under siege than he was before, so they back him up even more. So his support is going to stay strong amongst his base. It is, I think, Washington that's mostly a buzz about this. Most of the people there said, we're not surprised that the New York Times would go after this president. So don't expect him to hurt his base, but it obviously raises questions in Washington.
All right. Pete, excellent interview. We're going to have more.